To be ignorant of God is to be foolish. As our first reading today tells us, for all men who were ignorant of God were foolish by nature, and they were made unable from the good things that are seen to know him who exists, nor did they recognize the craftsman while paying heed to his works. It is foolishness, pure and simple, to see a work of art and to say that the artist who designed it does not exist. As St. Paul will tell us, for what can be known about God is plain to them, because God has shown it to them. Ever since the creation of the world, his invisible nature, namely his eternal power and deity, has been clearly perceived in the things that have been made, so they are without excuse. Indeed, no one has any excuse to claim that God does not exist, because all that we need to know about God is clearly seen from the things that exist in creation. One great intellectual colossus, a saint and a doctor of the church, St. Thomas Aquinas, gave us 5 solid proofs of the existence of God. Number 1, the proof from motion. Everything that is moving right now was set on motion by something else, and that thing by something else. So there must be a first mover who himself was not moved. That first mover is God. Secondly, we have the proof by efficient cause. Everything that we see around us today has an efficient cause, that is a maker, and the maker has its maker. The coffee table was made by the carpenter was made by the parents, and so on and so on. So there must be the first maker that was not itself made. That first maker is God. Thirdly, we have the proof from possible and necessary being. Everything that exists right now depends on something else for survival. And that is why they are called contingent beings, as against the one necessary being that does not depend on anything else for its survival. That one necessary being is God. Fourthly, we have the proof from degrees of perfection. Everything in this world can be evaluated as either good, better, or best. And so we have various degrees of beauty, various degrees of perfection. The most perfect being, the most beautiful being, the best of anything that we can ever think of or imagine is God. And fifthly, everything in this world was designed. Our eyes designed for seeing, our ears designed for hearing, the wings of the bird designed for flying. There is design in the world, and if there is design, then there must be a designer, and we know the designer is God. As the Book of Wisdom asserts, if through delight in the beauty of these things men assume them to be gods, let them know how much better than these is their Lord, for the author of beauty created them. Coming down to our gospel passage, Jesus makes us to understand that the world as we see it will surely come to an end. We shall be asked one day to give an account of our life, of the time that we spent here on earth. Just as it is foolishness to deny the existence of God, it is even greater foolishness for us to live our lives ignoring God's commandments and instructions on how we are to live our lives.